Hello everybody, it's JK Origami, and Valentine's Day is coming up, and I've designed a swan box. It has a swan head and a swan-like tail, and you can put stuff inside the box. Like for example, this USB key, it fits right in like that. But anyway, this is a Valentine's Day model because of the swan, but not only that, if you look at the tail, it kind of looks like a heart. So let's get started. For this, I use tissue foil, and same here, 15 centimeter foil. But for this tutorial, I'm going to use 15 centimeter kami. And yeah, foil is a lot better because you can shape it better, but for the purposes of the tutorial, I think kami is a little bit better. So let's get started. So you're going to start with the paper white side up, and you're going to fold in half across the diagonals. And then unfolds, and same thing in the other direction, so fold along the diagonal again. Here we go. And now the more precise you make these creases, the better. So okay. Now again, we're going to have the paper white side up, like that. And now we're going to fold this corner to the center. And we're going to rotate the model 180 degrees and repeat with this corner. So okay, so now looks like this. So okay, now we're going to fold the paper in half again along the existing crease like this. And now we're going to take this point and fold it up to the center. Let's see, that works. There we go. And now we're going to flip the model over. And if you look closely, you can see there's a line here. And you're going to just, okay, so if you can't see the line, which you probably shouldn't, just fold this edge to here, this edge to here, and this corner should align with that corner. So, like that. And then you can unfold this layer, just make that crease nice and strong. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to take this line, that crease, and pivot from the corner and aligning it with the other edge. So it should look like that. Crease strongly. And now we need to unfold the paper back to this point. So now, as you can see, we have two lines here. They're hidden by these, but we have two lines there. And we have these two and that line. So we're going to make this and that into valley folds like this. So one of them already is, that's good. And then the other one, we're just going to kind of reverse. There we go. So now it wants to come in. And now we fold this part back, making it a mountain fold. So this half's already a mountain fold, and this half just crease, and it's a mountain fold now. So okay. So now it should be like this. And now we're going to fold the mountain fold, just fold it all the way back, flip it over, and again with this crease, you want to fold it up and just fold in half, like so. Whoops, you don't want this corner to be bent, like so. And now it should look like this. So we have this edge here, top, and we're basically just going to open up the paper right along there. See, like that. And fold down. Continue the crease. So now we should have a square here and a white triangle there. So now fold it back down, flip the model over, and do the same thing on the other side here like this. Okay, so after you've done that, you're going to unfold the model all the way, like this. So now you can see we have a crease starting from there and coming up and down and up. Now we need to make these all into valley folds, like this. So this is already a valley fold, so that's good. This one needs to be a valley, so I'm kind of going to flip the paper over and just pinch, like that. And the same thing with the other one, so just got to kind of pinch a little bit. There we go, good. And that one, and that one there. So there we go. So now, these other lines crossing them, this part needs to be a mountain fold, and this needs to be valley, and this needs to be mountain. So flip it over and reverse. There we go. But only up until that corner. And flip it over and reverse, but only up to that corner. And the front part's already good. So now we're ready to collapse. So we're going to push the paper up like that, along that and that, and fold back along this line and crease that. And on the other side, just repeat that and flatten. So now we have something a bit like this. And now we're going to take this edge and fold it up to this point, like that. So you want to make a crease, and there we go. And now we're going to flip it over and repeat on this side, like something like that. There we go. Okay, now flip it back over, and we're going to fold this, or sorry, you need to rotate it like this so this is sticking straight up. And then you're going to fold this edge here to align with that, like this. So you see from that corner, this needs to align like that. See? There we go, like that. Crease strongly. Now you're going to unfold, and now we're going to open sync. So fold the model like this, just kind of open up the layers, and you'll see we have one line there, one line there, and one there. So we're going to reverse them all so they're all mountains. That and these two. And the middle one and these two should be valleys. So we're just going to kind of push the paper in. There we go. And the inside reverse fold, or sorry, the open sync is done. So now we have this line here, and we're going to take this edge and align it like this. So find the line, align it, and crease strongly. So now we're going to unfold that, and now we're going to do an inside reverse fold. So to do that, we're going to open this, and we're going to reverse all the creases. So that is mountain, and we need this to be mountain, and the other diagonal to be mountain, and this diagonal is mountain, and the other, and this crease and that crease, we need to be valleys. So just reverse it, there we go, like that. So now it should look something like this. And now we're going to work a little bit on the head. So rotate it so you have the part, this point sticking down, and fold this point up to there. Right up to where the color meets the white. Crease strongly. like that. And then we're going to kind of open it up and crease down like that. That sort of lines, and fold it back. But now we're going to pull this out, and using the crease, we're going to fold these two edges down. Can you see what I'm doing, kind of? Like this, just pushing it back along that line. And we're going to basically bring it about a third. So we want this part of the paper and this part of the paper to be equal, so something like that. So you see this part is about equal to that part. So that's what we want. So okay, now that that's creased strongly, we have to take, we're going to put it down, we have to take this point and fold it up to the intersection between that and that. So it's a little bit difficult to show because it's small, but we're just going to fold it up to there. And it's like that. And now we're going to unfold, and now we have to close sync. So what that means is we open up all the layers, but we can't unfold anything, and we just have to kind of push the paper in. So we don't want that to come unfolded, and we want to make sure all the layers are basically folding in as one. So okay, there we go. That's pretty good. It's pretty good there. So now it's folded in like this. Now we're kind of going to open up the middle. It's hard to open because we did this closed sync, but we're going to take this edge and pretty much align it with the middle. It doesn't really want to go that far, but just fold it a little bit. You see how I'm leaving a little bit of space? You just want a little bit of space from the middle. So then it looks like that. And same thing over here. So just take your layers, fold them most of the way in. There we go. So okay, now it looks like this. And we're almost done with the head. But what we have to do now is we're kind of going to push it like this, a little bit down. And now we're going to make the beak by pushing the flap in and out like that. And then you can squash it like that. There we go, we've got a beak. Then for a detail, you can kind of open this part up, fold it down and back up just a little bit. There we go. Oh, whoops. You don't want it to point. You don't want it to point further back or forward. So you just want to make it kind of like that. There we go. I like the shape of that. So now what we have to do is we have to take all the layers and fold them up to that line there. So if we just fold all the way. And then unfold. And now we have to kind of so just fold them like this. And I'm going to try to make this step a little bit easier. So once they're folded, crease very strongly, and that's good. Now we're going to take this part and crease right along this line. There we go. So now we're ready for the step. We're kind of going to just open it up. So okay, when we open it, on the bottom first of all, we need to use the crease lines we just made. So along there, and we want that to meet up with here. And it continues along up to there, and then this crease. Okay, and we want that like that. So there we go. Now at the front, we have this crease line, and we want to mountain fold on it, like that. And now we're going to fold this edge to it, and the other edge to it, and just continue the creases up to there, like that. Squash it. There we go. And now you can see why tissue foil is a little bit better, because it's hard to stand, but There we go, something a little bit like that. And now for the tail, we only have a little bit more to do. So you see, we have this crease here. And now we're going to make a crease from that point up to the top there. So from there, like that. And fold it up about, so we want this crease here to be, again, about 1/3 of the way in the middle. So see, here we have 1, 2, 3, and that's right there. So now, what we have to do is fold this flap like that, right along there, and then bring it up, fold this flap up to it like that. So we're going to take this layer, fold it behind, squash a little bit of the paper down just to lock it, and there we go. So now on this side, so we have to repeat on the other side, so make the crease, fold it to thirds, fold it back, make the angle like that, there we go. So now we're going to fold where these two meet, like that. So then it should look like this. Oh, whoops, I forgot to fold that part down. Okay, there we go. So now it should look something like that. And now what we're going to do to finish off the model, back here, we're going to make a crease from there to there with the one layer. And this is just to make the tail stick out, and then continue the other crease like that. Same thing over here, like that, and that. And this part's coming unfolded again. So now we're going to take a small flap and fold it down. This is going to give the heart some shape. And we're going to crease this edge to that edge. And the same thing with the other side. And you don't have to do this step. This is just to give the tail a little bit of depth and shape. But that's basically it. So as you can see, it now sticks up. And so there you go. That is the swan. But as you can see with the foil, it turned out a lot better. And the tail is a lot better. Like, it doesn't really want to stay. So I would recommend foil, but it works fine with cami. And you can give it to whoever you like. And it can hold pretty much anything. If you make it bigger, it can hold other stuff. But for now, happy Valentine's Day, and as always, thanks for watching.